How would a buyer find out about those covenants and restrictions?
Use a title company. They will find this for you. When I bought my house, I did my own research. I still got title insurance, but just out of curiosity, I did it myself. I went back all the way to the beginning of the house. I found a life estate, which is where they write into the deed. They have the right to remain in this house for the rest of their life.
Wow.
So if this person wasn't deceased and I buy my house and I move in, they could come knocking at my door saying, I have a life estate. I have a legal right to live in this house until my dying day.
Wow.
And I'd have a new roommate that I didn't want.
Welcome to Lawrence Real and Local, Keeping It Real podcast presented to you by the Lawrence Board of Realtors. We're your go-to source for all things real estate in Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Lexie Haskin with Flint Hills Mortgage.
And I'm Campbell Ragan with McGrew Real Estate. Together, we're here to make the journey to home ownership a breeze. Join us as we share insider insights, expert advice, and a dose of fun along the way.
Okay, welcome to Lawrence Real and Local, Keeping It Real podcast by the Lawrence Board of Realtors. My name is Lexie Haskin with Flint Hills Mortgage.
And I'm Campbell Ragan with McGrew Real Estate.
And we are joined today by Kent Brown with the Douglas County Register of Deeds. What is your official title?
Register of Deeds. You've got it right.
Yeah, but isn't there isn't it something like your title is literally Register of Deeds? I know you're elected into it, but...
It's actually Register of Deeds. That's the elected position. Some people call it registrar or recorder, but in Kansas, technically it is just Register of Deeds. It sounds a little strange, I know.
So why don't you just tell everybody what the Register of Deeds does and what you do in your position?
Yeah. We're in charge of all the real estate records for Douglas County. So all the deeds, the mortgages, easements, subdivision plats, anything pertaining to real estate is recorded in our office. So I tell people who aren't familiar with the industry that we're kind of like librarians of real estate.
That's a good description, actually.
Yeah, we record all the documents. We don't make them. We don't edit them. We don't have to read them. We just file them, which is exactly what a library would do. Yeah.
And I mean, if nobody has ever been to the Register of Deeds, you guys do have these very large books. Mm-hmm. And there's cards, and you can go in to each property and you can search by subdivision, which one they have it. God, I can't remember exactly how it's organized, which you can say that. But then you can just flip and you can look at all of the different things.
Yeah, they're organized by subdivision, block, lot, or if they're out in the county, it's section, township, range, and quarter section. And it goes back to the mid-1900s, mid-19-teens, I should say. And it's everything that's ever happened on that parcel of land.
So, I mean, if anybody's wants to feel like a detective about their property, you could always go down and look at all the different transferships and all the things. I mean,
and I can go one further. We have every single piece of paper available online too. Yeah. So you don't have to come. You're welcome to. It's kind of fun.
You don't physically have to.
Right.
But it is kind of fun to go down and actually go through the books. Granted, some of them you need to ask for help to open them if you are not used to opening them. Yeah. I mean, they're big.
They're hefty. I'm going to get a workout in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can weigh 10 pounds, maybe 15.
Yeah, but they're big boys. You pull them out, and then sometimes there's just so much in there that you have to there's a certain way you have to mangle them and. Not mangle them. That's a bad word.
Yeah, don't mangle them. Please don't mangle them.
Don't mangle them.
They have a complicated clasping system that has probably 50 clasps on both sides, and they kind of lock together, so they don't always line up well. It is a little bit difficult. And those are just the index books. The actual record books, the deeds, the mortgages, they are all stored off-site. We don't have any of those in the office anymore. They're in a climate-controlled facility for permanent archiving.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So that's actually how I met Kent. I used to go down every single day and pull cards and make copies of them, 5 cents a page. And
25 cents a page.
Wait. So now 25 cents?
It was always 25.
Okay.
You didn't pay the bills, but it was 25 cents.
Okay, I got 5 something. I only remember the second one. 25 cents a page, because Kent obviously knows better than me.
Actually, I think it's 50 cents as I'm saying this.
Okay. Back
increased.
Inflation. Yeah. But this was about 7 or 8 years ago that I was doing this. So probably is inflation if it's 50 cents a page now. But yeah, I went down there and so he had to help me put some of these books back together and even teach me where to find them. Mm-hmm. And I definitely got very good at doing the alphabet in my head very fast. Like, okay.
I go through the alphabet for sure.
Yeah, it's
We've split a few of those books because they were getting too full. So we have more books now than we used to. If you came down again, you'd see there's probably 20 new books that have split because we do still handwrite in those index cards.
Yeah.
The computer records were always indexing, always going back, adding more data entry. All the images are there back to the beginning of our records, but the data entry is an ongoing process. So because those index cards, those handwritten index cards are comprehensive for the last 100+ years, we do still maintain those. They're the only place in the office where you can look at a glance and see the entire 120 years worth of data because the computer goes reliably back to the 1970s. Yeah. Data entry prior to that is kind of hit and miss. It's not completely finished.
Yeah,
but those index cards will go back to the early 1900s.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
cool.
I'm going to take you on a field trip down there, Campbell.
Just might.
Yeah. Come. It's a lot of fun. I'll show you around.
I'll bring some quarters if I want any copies.
Gonna make any
Not
copies?
nickels, quarters.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, what are covenants and restrictions and how do they impact homeowners?
Yeah. Covenants, the technical definition, a covenant is a rule that governs the use of a property. So they're governed by a homeowners association or HOAs, we call them. Older ones had architectural control committees that govern these rules. And they can impact the homeowners in several ways. They could impact your stylistic choices, the freedom you have with your own property. They can limit from the smallest things to very large things. So they also they protect your assets, your position in the market, your real estate values. So if you have a neighborhood of townhomes without covenants, over time you might see like faded or peeling paint. You could have a roof that needs to be repaired, a camper that's parked out in the driveway year round. The covenants would address that. So the paint is fresh, the roof is repaired, the camper is moved into the garage. Without those covenants, you would see the curb appeal decrease, which affects property values and long-term would affect the position in the market, whether this is a middle-class neighborhood or lower middle class or whatever it may be. So the covenants theoretically help protect that market value of the neighborhood. Yeah,
because sometimes, I mean, townhomes, you even see like one side painted blue and one side painted purple. And so sometimes that ensures that they're not going to be painted separate colors and things like that. So, I mean,
I saw a roof on a townhome recently that had two different types of shingles. Yeah. Like it just split all the way down the center. Like, oh, wow.
Yeah. And covenants theoretically would not allow that sort of situation to happen.
Yeah. I mean, and that can even, covenants and restrictions can even restrict the type of like buildings within that subdivision. Wow, I said that very slow. Because I remember seeing one where only fried chicken places were allowed in that subdivision.
Oh, your commercial covenants,
Yeah, commercial too. Yeah, like you could only have fried chicken places within this little subdivision.
Yeah, but I mean, even like in, you might not be able to have a townhome in an area where there's single family homes. So it restricts all different sort of things.
Absolutely. If it's a new development, there are going to be restrictions on what you can build and how large they have to be or how small they can be, how many square feet. There's all kinds of restrictions.
Yeah. I've had a friend that wanted to build like a pergola and they weren't allowed to build a pergola because of the covenants and restrictions.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's very common.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people, they probably don't even think to look into the covenants and restrictions when they're buying a property. That's probably one of the last things in their brain. Like, oh, let me check the covenants and restrictions. What can I do? What can I can't?
Honestly, though, some people, that's like forefront of their mind because they had an experience where they really wanted to build that pergola.
Yeah.
Didn't say that right.
You're turning into me today.
Yeah, I am. It's rubbing off. But they couldn't build it, and that really upset them. And so they wanted to ensure that moving forward, they didn't have those sort of regulations on them. And so some people, it is actually one of the first things they bring up. So some people don't realize, and some people, it's the very first conversation you have.
Well, once they get burned.
Yeah, a lot of times, yes.
Yeah.
I was going to use this example later, but there's a case to be made. I have a friend who is notoriously bad with plants. They did not want to do any outside work. They didn't want to mow. They didn't want to do snow removal. They didn't want to be in charge of any exterior maintenance. So when they started working with the realtor, one of their conditions was, I require an HOA that mows my lawn and shovels my snow. I will not live somewhere where I have to do that myself.
Yeah.
So they had never had experience with it, but they knew that they wanted an HOA and they were willing to make some sacrifices to have those amenities covered.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that does take some stress off having that covered. And I mean, if you know that going in and you can say that to your realtor,
yeah.
I mean, they'll be on the lookout for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I mean, do you know how many HOAs there are in town that do stuff like that?
I don't know the ones that are, HOAs are all over the place. Some are very hands off. Some are very involved in the daily activities like that. I'm not sure where that line falls.
Well, and then, I mean, some of them don't even have HOAs. Some of them are the architectural control committees. Yeah. And so, and sometimes even those committees eventually end up kind of falling off depending on if, you know, the people that live there that were on the committees, they sold their home and are no longer in the area and then they don't delegate it. I mean, yeah.
And the architectural control committees are largely for building new houses. So once the subdivision is developed, those architectural control committees kind of disappear.
Yeah, because of the phasing out of people moving and then it not being redelegated.
Yep.
So,
and that can cause problems too if you want to add a detached garage and it's technically against the covenants, but the architectural control committee hasn't existed for 20 years.
Yeah.
Who do you contact?
Do you just do it? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess unless you have a really like stringent neighbor that's like, I know
you will.
that. Yeah.
It happens. Trust me. Yeah.
You'll have the neighbor and they're like, you cannot have that per the covenants and restrictions. And then that homeowner's like, what in the world are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I had covenants and restrictions. That's when they get burned. And then that's when they say to their realtor, hey, make sure that that, whatever, covenants and restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. So that kind of answers our question of who enforces them, though. It's the, architectural control or HOA, depending on what area.
So if there isn't an architectural control or HOA and there are covenants and restrictions, then is the homeowner just kind of like SOL? Right.
If there is no governing body to enforce it, you probably...
I mean, I guess they just take them to court. I mean...
that's
Can
one of those.
Can you get them removed? I mean, like, what's the process of going through and trying to remove those if there's no...
You could have them removed.
Yeah.
Most require a percentage of signatures, whether that's 2/3 of homeowners or 100%. But if everybody agrees, you could remove them. We've seen that a few times too.
Okay, cool.
But I think if the HOA or the architectural control committee are both defunct, you could go to court, but I don't think anybody's going to enforce that on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be kind of wacky. Wacky dacky. Oh my gosh.
That's the official real estate term.
Yeah, wacky dacky. It is now in the dictionary.
Okay.
I'm tagging it.
All right.
So I know we kind of talked about this too, but I mean, can you think of any other specific types of properties or neighborhoods where they might be more common?
Oh yeah. Townhouses, like we discussed, that's a big one. Neighborhoods near golf courses or special amenities like that. Gated communities almost always have an HOA. Somebody's got to pay for that gate. Elite neighborhoods that are trying to maintain their position as this prestigious reputation, sort of an area to want to live. That might be common. It's bizarre which neighborhoods do and don't have it. Like driving around town, if you see an older neighborhood that's well maintained and has good paint and nice roofs, they might have an HOA. And then a block away, that neighborhood doesn't. There's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason. Yeah. I think sometimes it depends the original planner, if they were planning for the future success of this development, the multi-generational success, really.
Yeah.
Or if it was a builder just doing a job and building houses.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just providing a service and then like, okay, the house is built.
Peace out.
Mm-hmm. And some neighborhoods don't want it. Sometimes there's an intentional choice. We don't want to be subjected to declarations and covenants.
Yeah.
So depends.
Yeah. So what are some other funky ones that you might have seen pop up? Hit us with them.
Oh, there are so many things. Exterior paint color, roofing material, those are all pretty obvious. Chicken coops, that's a big one. A number of chickens, parking your car, boat, trailer in the driveway. Yeah. All of those are fairly common. Deck sizes, pergolas, we went over that earlier.
Yeah.
Building height, square footage requirements. I don't know if I've seen any really strange ones that I can remember. They're all fair. Like some of them are very particular about like when you take your trash can down to the curb and when it has to come back.
You have to be quick about it. Don't leave it out there.
Yeah, there's some you can't.
I'll admit I'm bad with that.
Oh,
I know I'm bad with that.
I'm in Old West Lawrence. I have an alley, so I don't ever have to worry about taking it to the end of the driveway. But yeah, you can't take it out the night before, and it has to be back in your garage by noon that day or something.
I miss that. My trash would never get taken. I mean, mine sits outside, but anyway.
You don't really have very many neighbors to worry about that. Yeah, sometimes my dad lives down the street from me, and sometimes it'll be like the next day and be like, take your trash can up. Or if it's been too long, sometimes he'll like be driving by, then he'll come and pull it back up, and I'm like,
do you have an HOA? Is he your HOA president?
Yeah, my dad's my HOA.
I respect that.
He's enforcing the rules that he's set.
Yeah, there have been a couple of times where it's like 1 p.m. that day. I drive by his house and I go, you need to take your trash can up. You need to take. He's like, Lexie, the trash guy hasn't even come by yet. I'm like, you need to take it up right now.
Oh, gosh.
I'll forget to check mine for weeks because it's on the back side of the fence in the alley. If I don't take a bag of trash out, I don't think about it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? You have a little list.
I had a list because I wanted to make sure I got over everything.
Trash cans.
Snow removal, mowing, yard care. There's so many different things that could be there. I probably have seen one about goats, like a rural one, how many goats you could have.
Interesting. Not too many goats.
Solar panels, that's one that's not on my list. Solar panels. Some neighborhoods do not want solar panels, or they can only be on the back of the house, or accessory dwelling units, that's probably another one. Can you put an apartment over your garage?
Yeah, those are becoming more popular too.
Oh, yeah. People want to do it, and sometimes you can't. You think, hey, we'll put an apartment over the garage.
Think again. Better double check.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some places won't allow for like rentals or long stay properties, Airbnbs. Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that you would have to check into as well, because that is actually listed out.
Yeah. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. The goat thing, that's interesting, though. I've heard the chickens, but goats, I have not.
Okay. Sidebar. With goats, I really want to try the goat mowing service where people bring the goats in to mow your lawn by eating it.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen those. Also, I've also seen people bring goats into workplaces as like a happy thing, like as a reward to the employees. Like if I worked in an actual office building, I would want somebody to give me a goat for a day.
So, well, hold on. You could do twofold because you do work from your home. So you could hire them to come eat your lawn and then you could bring them inside afterwards or maybe before. I don't know which would be better.
My dogs would go crazy. My dogs would go crazy if there was a goat in our house.
Fun fact, I have actually seen a goat in the Douglas County courthouse.
Interesting.
Wow.
Somebody had kids. Is that what you call a baby goat? A kid?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
And they brought them in one day. I think they were bottle feeding them or something.
Wow.
This was years ago, like
interesting.
More than a decade ago. But yeah, we had goats in the courthouse for a day.
Oh, very interesting.
That's awesome.
They did not eat the marble floors, but
it was a bring your goat to work day.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your kid to work day.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my gosh. So I know we've also kind of talked about the HOAs, but did we kind of hit everything that we had discussed about how HOAs play a role in enforcing the covenants? Or
we didn't talk about enforcement yet.
Enforcement.
Yeah.
HOAs are all over the board. There are some that are all bark and no bite. They'll tell you can't do that, that's wrong, but they don't really do anything about it. There are those that have very sharp teeth that will go out and do it for you if you don't do it yourself, and then they'll send you a bill. They're all over the board.
As in, like, you didn't mow your lawn and you needed to, so we did it, and here's the bill. That type of, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The most common type of enforcement that I see in my position as Register of Deeds is liens.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them, if you don't pay your HOA dues or you don't pay your bill for something they did on your behalf, they will file a lien against you in the Register of Deeds office. That attaches to your real estate. And when you go to sell your house someday, if you have not paid that off, the title company will require that lien to be resolved. Yeah. So that will come out of your proceeds when you go to sell your house. It's just like an open mortgage. You got to pay the lender what you still owe. This is somebody you got to pay.
Pay up.
You will pay your HOA one way or another.
Whether you want to in that moment or not, it will happen.
That or your property taxes. They'll come and get you.
Yeah.
You're going to pay it one way or another.
Yes. There's no way around this.
No. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, the HOAs, I mean, some of them are really hands-off. It just, they're there to make sure the neighborhood stays a nice place. And there are others that are very hands-on and
strict.
They want to make sure the neighborhood is exactly what they want it to be. So the enforcement is kind of all over the board. It really depends on the HOA and what your dues are and what their war chest is. I shouldn't say war chest, but yeah.
And I mean, and it is recommended that when you are looking for a house, maybe just take a walk around the block, and then if there's a neighbor outside, and just like ask them a question, be like, "Hey, what's it like living in this neighborhood?"
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have any covenants and restrictions that you know of? Is it that HOA actually very active? What's it like living here?
Yeah, you should do that whether there's an HOA or not. Just get a feel for the full neighborhood. If you know that it has an HOA going into it, look around the neighborhood and see, are the houses well maintained? Are they following the HOA? Are the roofs falling apart? Is the paint peeling? Does the HOA enforce their rules or not? That's something you should know before you buy the house. And you can tell that just by looking around the neighborhood. You'll know. Point. You'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just going to be a little detective. I'm going to keep bringing that up. Be a detective.
Well, protect your own interests.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You don't want that risk of them placing a lien on your property for doing different things either.
Yeah, you might disagree with the HOA and think they're not doing their job, but you're on the line to pay that annual dues, and you can't just say, I don't agree with you, so I'm not paying the dues. No.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely.
Do those accrue interest if you don't pay?
That's a good question.
Depends on the HOA. I can say there is one that will tack interest onto those liens, and there are some that are just flat fees. That might come down to the original declarations, whether or not they can or can't charge interest. I don't know. I've not done the research for how they justify that. But there are some that will.
Oof.
If you go 20 years without paying that, you're really going to pay for it.
Ouch. Yeah, don't do that.
Oh my gosh. So I guess, did we already kind of talk about this where some restrictions that buyers should be aware of moving into, or was it just basically us talking about
some of the items?
Some of the items. As far as what to be aware of, I guess it just depends what triggers you, what freedoms you want to have or don't want to have.
Oh, I will say there is one that I've seen that limits the size of dog you can have.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another one. So I've seen some where it was like you could not own a dog over 20 pounds.
Wow.
And you cannot even have your dog off leash on your property. So, I mean, there's like different things like that too. So if you're a pet owner, that is something to be aware of as well.
Absolutely. And those are more common in the townhomes, the smaller residences that don't have fenced-in yards.
That makes sense.
That's where you're going to see that. Yeah.
That makes sense. How would a buyer find out about those covenants and restrictions before purchasing?
Use a title company.
Yeah.
So realistically, if you're borrowing money, if you're working with a lending institution, they're going to require title insurance anyway to protect themselves. So you're going to go through a title company. Look at Schedule B of your title commitment. Mm-hmm. It is going to have all the things that they've exempted. You can see covenants on there. The title company has professional researchers. They will find this for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not using a title company, you're probably paying all cash or buying from a family member or something like that. As we talked about earlier, you could do your own research in the Register of Deeds. You could go online, dgcoks.gov, or you could come into our office and look at the records yourself. But even if you do fancy yourself a detective, even if you have training and you identify everything yourselves, the title companies are insured. They have underwriters. It's possible that in 1936, the Register of Deeds misindexed something. And you could do your job completely correctly and still miss it. The title company insures you. The average citizen is not insuring themselves. So I probably should play it a little more neutral, but I really would encourage you to use a title company.
Because, I mean, making sure that you have clear title, nobody else that can come seize your property from you.
Yes.
I mean, it is a huge benefit to be able to use them.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the different ways that people can take titles. So, I mean, you have joint tenants and then you have tenants in common.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody took title as tenants in common and somebody died and they sold the property, whatever, and this person that didn't die, didn't sign off on their interest, whatever, they just kind of went off wherever, then their descendants could have had claim to your property and come back, and then you have to make sure that they sign off on their ownership. And I mean,
it gets complicated.
It gets very complicated. We've had a couple people that we couldn't track down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, covenants and declarations are the least reason you need title insurance. There are so many more scenarios. When I bought my house, I did my own research because I have worked for a title company in the past. I still got title insurance, but just out of curiosity, I did it myself. I went back all the way to the beginning of the house just for fun.
You're like, can I find everything?
Yeah, I found a life estate, which is where they write into the deed. They have the right to remain in this house for the rest of their life.
Wow.
So if this person wasn't deceased and I buy my house and I move in, they could come knocking at my door saying, I have a life estate. I have a legal right to live in this house until my dying day.
Wow.
And I'd have a new roommate that I didn't want.
Oh, hey, roomie.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
So thank goodness I had title insurance in case that scenario had played out. Turns out the person had passed away.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of thing you can protect yourself from that. Ex-spouses, Kansas is a spousal state. Just because your partner's name was never on the deed doesn't mean that they didn't have spousal interest. Yeah. So it's really important to track those people down and make sure they've quit claimed or relinquish their interest in some form.
Yeah.
Title insurance is so important.
Can they just call the Register of Deeds and be like, hey, and ask a question? Or
they can ask a question. We're not going to
you're not going to do the whole research for them. And
correct. We're not licensed. We're not insured. I can do a cursory look and say, I don't see anything obvious, but I'm not going back to the beginning of time and researching your property and guaranteeing that nothing's there. Yeah. That's not what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys walked in and you're like, this is my legal description, will you show me where to find it in the books? They'll walk back there and they'll help you find it.
Yeah.
And then
we will teach you how to do the research yourself.
Gotcha.
And that's probably what I would do if you called with that question. I would say, here, let me show you how to use our systems.
Yeah.
And you can do your own research.
Yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Teach a fisherman to fish and he'll be fed for life. Teach a man to fish and he'll be fed for life. I said it wrong the first time.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. Here we go.
I can't. No, but okay, yes. Schedule B, and it'll list out, and it not only will have the covenants and restrictions, it'll have easements, so utility easements. It'll have your plat on there, any other things that are filed. I mean, there's just really take a look at that. And normally, too, the title companies now, they're actually linking the documents in the title commitment. So even if you get that copy of it, you can go click into the PDF, click on the link, and then it'll pull up the actual document so you can go through and look.
Nice.
And two, on the plats, sometimes they even have covenants and restrictions on the plats.
Yeah.
And they won't be filed as their own covenants and restrictions. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't realize that too.
Yep.
So many things to look at.
So many things. This is why title insurance is a whole industry.
I know.
Yes.
That's why, and a lot of people don't even know what title insurance does and what a researcher does. I mean,
have we done an episode on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We did.
So check out that episode.
Yes, check out that episode. We did do a little title insurance thing, but we could always do another deep dive. I mean, there's just so many things that go into it.
I always tell our counter customers, they'll come in and say, well, I have homeowner's insurance. Why do I need title insurance? Homeowner's insurance protects the future. Title insurance protects the past.
Yeah.
They are guaranteeing that anything that's happened before you is not going to be a problem.
Yeah. Homeowner's insurance protects what's in the home, and then title insurance protects the land that the home resides on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, I mean, okay, so what advice would you give to buyers considering homes in areas with complex restrictions?
I would say read them, digest them in full, find something that works for you. I like lists and bullet points, so I would go through the restrictions piece by I don't know. I have lists for my list. It's ridiculous. You should see the notes folder on my phone. It's awful.
I think I'd love to see it.
Well, I don't ever go back and do them. That's the problem.
It's a different set of problems
yes.
here.
But make a list or something. If a mind map works better or a highlighter, go through it, digest it, figure out what it is, and make sure you wrap your brain around it. Understand the ways that's going to impact your life. Is it going to help you enjoy your property by not having to worry about mowing your lawn, or is it going to hamper your enjoyment of the property? If you buy a fixer-upper and you can't do this, you can't do that, how is it going to make your life easier or more difficult for you? That's definitely something to think about. If you've always dreamed of a house in Barbie pink with a matching chicken coop in the backyard, maybe this isn't the neighborhood for you. Maybe you go somewhere without covenants.
That kind of sounds like a fun house. Barbie pink with a chicken coop. I mean, a little chicken dream house.
I'm sure AI could design that for
you.
Oh my gosh. I'm picturing it now. Campbell's stop
Barbie's
it.
Dream house.
Fence types. That's another one that's common. Restrictions on fence types. So I started, say, with a white picket fence in front, but some HOAs require you to have privacy fences or metal fences or no chain link fences, things you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah. That is a good point, too. Yeah. And I wonder if fencing companies would even know, hey, in this area, you can't do this type of fence.
Probably generally, but not down to the
not to the T, yeah.
They know the big ones.
That's on the homeowner's responsibility to know that.
Yeah. If they get an order saying, I want this fence, they're probably just
going to build it.
Yeah. It's not really their job to do that research. I wouldn't think.
Yeah. Well, let's ask some questions about the homeowners. So how can homeowners proactively ensure that they stay compliant with their covenants? Does it, again, just kind of go back to know if you have them or not, read them?
See who enforces.
Yeah, I would think if you're trying to stay compliant, the easiest way to do that would just be to get involved. You could get on the HOA board or join one of the committees. I know not everybody has time for that, but that's the simple answer. The other thing, if you made a list or highlighted it or whatever worked for you, as I talked about a moment ago, keep that handy. Keep a full copy of the covenants handy, whether that's a printout version somewhere in a drawer or an icon saved on your desktop. If you made that list, if you took the time to digest it and go through it when you bought the property, keep it somewhere where you can access it. Reference it when you have a question. Yeah. If you're going to buy new energy efficient windows, you might look at that list and say, can I do that?
Yeah.
If you've already digested it, there's no reason to do it again.
So true.
I will say,
refresh yourself.
Yeah.
For the people that I've never spoken to, I don't know if I've even brought up that I'm a big AI person on the podcast, but I am AI. So you could probably even upload the covenants and restrictions to AI and then it say, hey, give me all the bullet points of this. What's important? What can I do? What can I not do? And just give me all the information and it would spit it out for you.
I can't believe you said that because I ran a set of declarations and covenants through AI yesterday looking for some specific verbiage. Wow. That is so ironic.
Yeah. No, I'm huge into AI.
She is AI. Did you hear that?
I am AI.
She said
this
that.
Isn't actually Lexie.
This isn't me. I am AI.
Watch out.
Yeah, watch out, guys. It's
spooky. This could be the Halloween episode now. That's what it's turning into.
So if you do another one on AI someday, I'll be a guest for that one too. I love AI. I use it every day.
It sounds like we need to have some more conversations about it. And, we won't turn this into an AI episode, but if you guys need any tips, I guess you can talk to Kent or me because we are both AI.
There are white papers about AI in real estate. It's an emerging topic. KAC touched on it a little bit at their last conference, and I think Priya's had some white papers to read about that too.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're needing to easily digest this stuff, I mean, you could even upload the covenants restrictions and say, break this down to 5th grade level.
Absolutely.
Make it easy to understand.
That's a great idea.
So, and it'll just, I mean, I don't want to say like you're dumb, but it'll dumb it down for you if you're not.
If it's not a topic that you're, familiar with, it's beneficial. But you do have to keep in mind that AI is not perfect. And so it might cut something out.
Lovely disclaimer. Thank you.
Here's the disclaimer for those that are not familiar with AI. And we have the 2 AI lovers over here.
AI can make mistakes.
It can make mistakes. You should double check it.
But yes,
like everything.
if you're in a hurry and you need a quick answer, that's not a bad way to go.
It can help you make the bullet points for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just a quick thing, but yes, okay, double check it, I guess.
So that leads into our next question of what should homeowners do if they unknowingly violate one of those?
Hide it. Tell no one. I'm kidding. No, realistically, that's tough because you're essentially being asked to tattle on yourself. But I do think the responsible thing to do is to tell the HOA, because they're more likely to work with you if it comes from you and you say, I made a mistake. I did this thing, didn't know that I couldn't. I'm so sorry. How do we fix this? They're going to be more receptive to that tone than if you try to sweep it under the rug and your neighbor tells on you 6 months down the road. And keep in mind, most HOA boards are made up of your neighbors. They're fellow property owners.
True. Yeah.
These are the people you trick or treat at their front doors.
Every day. Yeah.
Yeah. Most HOAs don't have out-of-town companies on their HOA board. I'm not aware of any in Lawrence that do. So I would work with them. I remember an example. I'll use slightly vague terms. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. There was an animal use area that they had constructed in their backyard. Mm-hmm. And one of their neighbors went to the HOA and said they're not allowed to have that. And this homeowner, I believe, if I have the story right, was kind of arguing with the HOA. The HOA said, you have to take that out. They said, no, we spent thousands of dollars putting this in. It got nasty for a while, and I think they eventually reached a solution. The HOA allowed them to keep it, but before they sold the property, it had to be removed so that it would not perpetuate as part of the neighborhood legacy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that was a
one
solution
that
that
actually worked with them. Yeah. A lot of, some of them are full force. Nope, you can't do it. Sorry. You spent thousands. You should have asked first. Like you should have checked.
And that's why this is such a hard question because you can hope that your HOA works with you.
Yeah. But they don't.
They don't have to.
Yeah. This is an opinion question. I mean, are you on good terms with your HOA? Do they hate your guts?
How strict are they?
Yeah.
What'd you do? I mean, did you just accidentally get the wrong shade of purple? If you painted your house a very reasonable color and then realized it was supposed to come from an approved list or get pre-approval, oops, I'm so sorry. But if you do Barbie pink, you probably should know if you can do Barbie pink first.
That's a little different than the slightly wrong shade of blue. Good luck.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, when I guess we did talk about the ways to challenge or amend covenants that homeowners find that it's overly restrictive, you just have to go to all your neighbors and get them to sign something, a petition, and get it filed with the court. Not the court, the register of deeds, but you know what?
There are a couple ways to amend something that you find overly restrictive. You can file an amendment. We have 1,980 declarations on file in Douglas County that have been computerized. So there's more. As we keep doing data entry, we're going to come across more and more.
This is a very specific number.
I ran the number earlier today. Wow. It's fresh in my mind. 1980, 1,980.
Nice.
That's how many we have so far in the computer. So not all of those are originals. Most of those are going to be amendments.
Yeah.
There are, condos are another one that have a lot of declarations.
Change?
Yeah, shocking.
Get with the times, Campbell.
There are condos in Lawrence that have 12 amendments. So the declarations will have different standards. Some will require 2/3 of the members. Some will have 100%, 90%, 95, 51, whatever it says.
Yeah.
That's how many different homeowners you need to sign that amendment. The example I used earlier about the animal use area, I thought for a little while they were going to go to court and duke it out.
Oh, wow.
So you could try that. I'm not sure you're going to win.
That's expensive though too, right? I mean,
and I think that's why they settled. I think most HOAs don't have endless funds.
Yeah.
So that's something I think all parties probably want to avoid.
Very true.
You might be able to do a mediation outside of court, something like that. Yeah. But there is one last thing, and I wrote this one down because it's newer. Kansas legislature passed a law last year that allows HOAs to amend certain things. So some of the really old declarations have racial restrictions, which is already null and void by law.
Yeah.
But the Kansas legislature went one step further. So this new law that they passed just last year can require the board of directors of an association to amend any declarations to remove racial covenants by recording an amendment with the Register of Deeds. And this does not require the signature of any of their members. This is just the board does it.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if the county or city commission finds racial covenants that the association was unaware of, and we send written notice, then they have 30 days to amend it.
So they still have to amend it. It can't be done for them. They still have to go through that process to do it.
They have 30 days from written notice.
Gotcha.
Then if they don't have a governing body and the HOA isn't active, then do you guys just file it for them?
Yeah.
No, the law makes allowances for defunct HOAs where the declarations are still on the books. I think the individual affected by it can then file it.
Okay.
And it also goes on to say if the HOA fails to comply, any person adversely affected by such covenant may bring action against the HOA. So I am not personally aware of any declarations in Lawrence that have racial restrictions. But if you are listening to this and you say, my neighborhood does, I'd actually love to know about that so we can tackle it.
Yeah.
But
get it taken care of.
we've seen it on a lot of old deeds.
Yeah, because deeds did have covenants and
Oh my
restrictions on it too.
gosh.
Yeah.
That was wild. But this legislation doesn't address the deed, and there wouldn't really be a reason to file an amended deed from 100 years ago that wouldn't accomplish much.
Yeah.
The amended declarations would they would replace the ones with those verbiage. So every time you go to look at your declarations, you'd have an updated, recently filed version that doesn't have that. So if you're referencing your declarations every week, trying to figure out what you can do to your house, you wouldn't have to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
that's the one way to amend it that doesn't need signatures. Every other way I can think of, you're going to need member signatures.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to leave us with?
Yeah. One last thing.
Yeah, one last thing.
Just be informed, I guess.
Yeah, be informed.
No,
do
I
your
like that.
research.
Yeah.
Do your research. Have a plan. Just give it some
Digest
forethought. Like even after listening to even if you're not looking for a home right now, sit there and think, do I want that? Do I not?
Yeah.
My friend who didn't want to do the yard work very much wanted an HOA. I did not. I like yard work. I can grow my own garden, plant my own flower beds.
Yeah.
I bought an older home that it's not a fixer-upper, but it needed some modernization.
Yeah.
And I didn't want anyone telling me what I could and couldn't do. So for me, I chose not to. For my friend, that was a must. So it depends on how you want to live your life and what's important to you and what you're looking for. But it's a good idea to think about it ahead of time and have a general idea of what you'd like to do.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us, Ken.
Thank you for having me.
I told you we can make covenants and restrictions fun.
I don't know if the viewers think this is fun. We'll see.
No, I thought it was fun. I thought it was it was good information.
Definitely necessary
We had fun.
information.
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
Well, thank you to the Lawrence Public Library for letting us have this great studio.
Yes.
And that's
Well, use the space.
we don't have it.
We don't
But
own it, so
we have it for these 4 hours. But yeah, okay. Signing out.
Thanks for joining us on Lawrence Real and Local, Keeping It Real podcast. We appreciate our guests taking the time to join us. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review if you've enjoyed today's episode.
For more information, please visit us on the web at www.lawrencerealtor.com. And remember, whether you are buying, selling, or simply dreaming of your future home, we're here to help. Until next time, keep it real
And happy house hunting.